All right, Lisa Pezik here. So happy that you are tuning in to this next episode of the Lisa Pezik Show because I want to share with you a huge mindset switch that happened for me around the work that I do in the last year, specifically the last year. Now, I opened my first health and fitness business 5 years ago, my network marketing business 4 years ago, and my business coaching has evolved in the last year. And I've had a huge shift as well in the nursing work that I do, where every single type of coaching that I do in my business, whether it's nursing education, because some of y'all know I'm an RN by trade, whether I'm coaching nurses, whether I'm coaching in health and fitness, whether I'm coaching in business, it's all online and it's all from home. I've given away all of my in-person trading dollars for hours service kind of jobs. And even though some of them paid really well and the income was great, it started to take a toll on my life. So in this episode, we're going to discuss, does your good old job, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work 9 to 5, whether you've got a side hustle, whatever you've got going on, does your job bring you joy? Does the work that you do bring you joy? Because when you think about how much time most of us spend working, sometimes, unfortunately, that's more than the time we spend with our family. And it shouldn't be that way, but for some people, that's a legit reality. You are at work 8, 10, 12 hours a day, right? And you're with your family 4 hours a day. That's a real reality for some people. That was my reality when I worked as an ICU nurse on the floor, 7P to 7A, when my husband worked 7A to 7P at an agency in the city, and we literally passed each other with a kiss on the cheek. And we couldn't even think of having children. Or we didn't, I should say, not even think of, we didn't want, it was a choice. We didn't want to have children working that kind of schedule. Yeah, we were both making a crap ton of money. Him working for an agency in the city, me working for a big teaching hospital as an ICU nurse, working night shift, getting premium. The money was great. But in terms of actual joy in our life, we didn't have it. So I want you to think about and reframe the way that you look at the work that you do. And it's more than just the income that you make. And I want to break it down into J-O-Y, the joy, because we're talking about, does your good J-O-B bring you J-O-Y? So what's the J? Does your work make you jump out of bed in the morning? Like, are you excited about the work that you do? And this isn't just for people working 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or shift work. This is for you as a business owner as well, if you're tuning in. Have you created a lifestyle and the work that you want? Because I know early in my career as a coach, I was just excited to get people investing in me, that they were paying me very, very, very little money. And I was hopping on weekly calls with them at 6 a.m. because we all work 9 to 5s. And that was the pits. I loved helping them. I loved serving them. I loved the results that they got with my program. But getting up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., actually 5:30 a.m. once a week to coach people for peanuts, it took a real toll on my life. I was burnt out. I was tired. I was exhausted. And I was doing that. I had 2 group coaching programs going at the time. So I was training 2 sets of people at 6 a.m., as well as I was still personal training, and I was driving to people's houses to train them at 6 a.m. So I was getting up at like 5 a.m. every morning to make money. And yes, again, the money was great, But it was nice having that income. But in terms of my life, I would be falling asleep at 8 o'clock at night with my little, he was about 1.5, 2 years old at the time, wanting me to read stories to him and play with him. And I was exhausted. So that kind of work didn't make me want to jump up out of bed. So there's nothing worse than building it and realizing that you built it all wrong. Now you can always go back and change it, which I did. But I want you to think about, do you enjoy the work that you do? I enjoyed coaching people. I enjoyed training people, just not driving over to their house, right? I enjoyed hopping on calls with people, just not at 6 a.m. So maybe you just need to change the way that you deliver things. And that's one piece of it. The other piece of it is truly, do you love the work that you do? Because many of us are going in, clocking in, talking to the boss, just doing work that doesn't make us happy. Whether we went and got a degree or whether we work for minimum wage, again, it has nothing to do with the work itself. There's no really good or bad jobs, because there's some jobs that we think are horrific or awful or miserable, and some people love them, right? I work with healthcare aides, or did work with healthcare aides that had to wash people and dress people and take people to the washroom. And, some people would never want to do that. And this is their life work. They love it. There's garbage men and garbage women out there picking up garbage and hauling it. And some of us would never want to do that. And other people love it. There's mechanics, there's all sorts of different jobs that there's no really right or wrong, good or bad job. It's, do you love that work that you chose? So does your work make you jump out of bed? That's one thing you need to think about. And then this is twofold. The other J is, does your job jeopardize your health? Because this was a big one for me. I was very athletic growing up in my life. I played a lot of sports. I was always fit. I was always muscular. And then I got into nursing and I started working night shift and I could barely eat and there weren't a lot of breaks and I was eating at all wonky times and sleeping at all wonky times and I was exhausted and I didn't feel like cooking and I didn't feel like exercising, and my job really made me unhealthy. My job started to highly impact my health, and I knew that if I continued down this path, I was in trouble. That's one of the reasons that led me to wanting a career in health and fitness. Because when I started teaching classes at the gym again, and I started doing some at-home fitness, my health started to get better. I started to feel better. My energy started to get better. And I realized that with the network marketing business that I have and the health and fitness coaching that I do, that I could build a business and make money still and not have it jeopardize my health or jeopardize my life. Again, that's not to say that the nursing profession or healthcare profession is awful and that they had it out for me. That was just the nature of the beast in the job that I worked. When you're trying to keep people alive and you're working in intense situations, there isn't a chance for you to go heat up your spaghetti and sit down and eat it. That just doesn't happen. Now the O, when I want you to think about your good old job or whatever you have chosen for your work, the O is, do you own your time? Do you get to pick when you work, what hours you work, what days you work? Can you drop everything if your son or daughter gets sick, if you've got kids, if your spouse gets sick, if a loved one gets sick, if there's an emergency, there's something going on? Do you own your time? Because becoming a health and fitness and business coach, working solely from home, being a solo entrepreneur, although I'm never alone because I have a great team around me, that helps me own my time. I can choose. If I want to work 16-hour days, it's because I chose it. If I want to take off and go golfing for the day with my husband, I can do that. The other day, our son had off school, and we decided to go out for an hour and go pick strawberries in the middle of the day. And I was able to do that because I know how to manage my time. I know how to manage my work. I know what I got going on. I own my time. Does your job let you own your time? Because I know mine didn't used to. And then lastly, the why. How often are you getting raises, a yearly raise, right? The why. That's what I used to get. I used to get a yearly raise if I was lucky. But now being an entrepreneur, being a coach, I can get a daily raise. I can get an hourly raise. My income is based on how many people I serve, how many people I help build the business they want online, scale their business, put out offers, feel better in their health, manage their time, meal prep better, eat for their body type, get over emotional eating. As many people as I help, the more of a raise I will get. It's not a yearly raise anymore. Sometimes it's a daily or an hourly raise. So looking at your job, how often can you get a raise? Because there's nothing worse than stressing out about money and not being able to take that vacation because you know the allotted money that you get and it's just not in the budget. Those are brutal words to say, I can't afford it. It's not in the budget. I'm of the mindset of what do you want? Identify it. And then don't ask, how much is this going to cost? Or how am I going to do this? Right? You figure out, how many people do I have to serve to make this happen? That's what I do. I set a goal and then I map it out. How many people this month do I have to help to generate that income? And I make it people focused instead of income focused. So it's not realistic for everyone to just leave their job. So if you're sitting there going, my job doesn't make me jump out of bed, I'm in the worst health ever, it jeopardizes my health, I don't own my own time, I can't remember the last time I got a raise, maybe it was yearly, maybe not. I'm not pushing you to say, quit today and walk away. But I am encouraging you to think about what makes you jump out of bed. What would life be like if you owned your own time? How amazing would that be if you got a daily raise, not just a yearly raise? And what are you passionate about? Because whatever you're passionate about and you know that you can help people do or something you can teach them, you can turn your passion into profit. Now in the day and age, whether it's your own personal brand, you being a coach and coaching in that, or pick your path of network marketing businesses. There's everything from health and fitness to skincare, to cleaning products, to leggings, to hair, to nails. I mean, there's wine. There's a wine MLM I'm hearing. I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, whatever it is that you love, either create your own business around it or partner up with another company that's doing it and you can be an affiliate for them in network marketing. I want you to know that you're not stuck in the job that you're in. Because that was the way I felt. I felt like I went to school and I had all this debt and then I paid it off and my job is to serve people and help people in nursing. But then when I got into it, I realized that it just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted for myself. And that's when I decided to pursue other passions, other hobbies, other opportunities, which led me to health and fitness and business coaching. So that's where I want to help you. If something in this podcast sparked you, and please don't sit there and think, well, that's not me. Yes, Lisa, that sounds great for you. You have all the tools, all the resources, all the people. I had next to no network. I had next to no resources. I mean, nothing. I come from like blue collar, small town Pennsylvania, where you keep your head down, you don't make waves, you're thankful for a job, you don't rock the boat, and off you go. I didn't come from money. I didn't come from anything, really. I came from really hardworking parents that did their best to give us what we needed, and we had enough growing up. But I didn't come from an entrepreneurial background. I didn't know other entrepreneurs. I went out and I created it. And that's what I want to show you, how to create it from nothing, how to create your passion into profit when you're starting from ground zero. So book a coaching call with me. I'll put the link in the show notes. You can always go to www.lisapezik.com. You'll see a link for a coaching call on there. And let's talk about your passions. And let's map out a plan to make those passions into profit. And you'll start the way I did. You'll start with a side hustle, an hour a day. I'm going to teach you how to work with a team, because there's people around you. You're just not recognizing them. And to work in what I call power pockets, meaning 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. Maybe you'll be blessed enough that you can bang out an hour of focused time a day. That's how I started. Power pockets. And I want to teach you that. So book that coaching call with me. Thank you for tuning in. Know you're not stuck. Know you can take that passion and turn it into a profit. And I'm going to show you how. I look forward to hearing from you and booking that call.